Hello everyone and welcome to a new week. Today we are driving the BMW GTE on a Lambert Park Classic layout. At first it looks difficult, but once you learn the basics it's so much fun to drive on this track. And since the track is short you won't need an extensive amount of practice before you can race on the limit. Turn 1 is the only one which is technically difficult. The jump can also be tricky if you don't know what to do. And if you see my other guys, you know I'm mentioning this quite often. Use all available space the track gives you to keep your momentum. Let's take a look at the lap and jump into the details. We are approaching turn 1, which also offers the only opportunity for an overtake. Make sure to cover the inside line if you are in a fight, or use it on your own to challenge your position. Be aware that people might send a desperate move from very far behind, so if you're not sure what's happening behind you, you should just play safe and cover the inside. This braking zone is split into two parts. Check the left side and use the 300 meter board as marker for braking, and hit the brakes hard. You want to keep the car straight and shift down as fast as possible. This gives you additional support from the engine brake and you can decelerate faster. Now comes the second step, where you transition into trail braking and stretch it deep into the turn. Attack the inside and use the brakes to move your car at the limit. This is also one of the most common mistakes here. A lot of drivers slow down too much before they enter the turn. They have to engage the throttle, become too fast, brake again, accelerate, and this goes on back and forth until they make it through the turn. This costs a lot of time because the car is always moving slightly below the limit. Focus on a smooth brake motion and one smooth engage on the throttle. That way you can get the maximum out of this corner. Attack the exit curb to get a nice run onto the straight. And you will notice that there's no brake marker for turn 2. Get a feeling for your optimal braking point and stay on the inside. Let the car swing to the middle of the track where you apex and hit the throttle. Attack the curb and exit along the far left hand side of the track. This is important because it opens a smooth line through the next turn, which allows you to carry a lot of speed into the last high speed sectors. Lift before you turn in and hit the throttle as early as possible. Get ready for the jump. Drive onto the curb to get a nice angle for the entry. I tap the brakes to adjust my speed. And this is one of the areas where it's okay if you don't hit the limit every single lap, because you need to hit a perfect line to stay on the track. Drivers who push too far in this sector most likely won't make it to the end of the race. Attack the inside and cross the hill diagonally. This flattens the curve and you will stay with 1 or 2 wheels on the track. If you attack the hill in a straight line, it will act like a ramp and you will have troubles to keep the car under control. You can use the tarmac on the side if you get in trouble. Just keep in mind that cutting the grass is risky and that's your incident point. Tap the brakes before turning in, adjust your speed and hit the smooth apex. Be early on the throttle and, as mentioned, use all the space the track gives you. Lift right after passing the compression while turning in and hit the throttle once the car is pointing towards the exit. That's the whole lap. The cockpit and third person apps with telemetry will come up next. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you don't want to miss any upcoming guides, and you can also catch me live on Twitch. The link is in the description down below. If you have any feedback or questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, or join our community on Discord where you can find a lot of useful links and tips. I wish you all the best for your races and see you next time.